chair, maybe a cushion to support your knee. And we're going to start just by breathing. I've just turned my chair sideways so it's clear for the next exercise. So you just need to be able to sit back in your chair. Use the back as a guideline. So hips and ribs, shoulder blades, all pulling back towards the chair. Now I want you to try and breathe without meddling with it too much. So just allow your body to breathe. Feel the floor under your feet. Be aware of the support through your back via the chair. But sit up tall, don't collapse. And allow the mind to become quiet. Now as you breathe out, try to lengthen the exhale. Now it can be difficult sometimes when we're thinking about breath to actually breathe, especially if you're a little bit stressed and your breath's quite shallow, quite fast, and you're trying to slow it down. So instead of thinking about the rate of your breath or the depth, just feel the breath come past your throat. Now keep that focus inward. Keep your hips and your ribs and your shoulder blades back against the chair. Just draw your chin in and relax. When you do this, try not to drop your head backward. Keep that where it is, drawing your chin in. Chin in, bring the crown of the head over. Start to move down through the neck. Can you see I'm still against the chair? Just through the neck. See how my chin is still in. Now stop there. Don't let your chin out. Instead, think of moving through the neck, starting at the bottom, pushing backwards to uncurl. Start with the drawing in, rolling over. And tucking in, moving bone by bone to roll down. Be careful on the return that you are not taking your back away from the seat. So it might just be a slight change in pressure. I want you to keep that pressure against the chair the same as you uncurve up. Think of the back of the head coming over. Feel the stretch, keep the pressure against the chair. Slowly uncurl up. Let's see if we can go a little bit further. When you feel it pull, that's a good indicator of somewhere that needs some movement. So keep your hips back. Remember, keep your rib cage back. Push backwards to uncurl. If it feels tight, it could well be quite tight and perhaps go wrong on the way up. So think about how it feels on the way down. Making sure you keep that pressure against the back of the chair. Think about keeping that pressure, pushing back into the chair, slowly uncurling. Let's try a couple more. Lovely. Okay, so let's try some rotation now. We're going to try and move as high up through the back as we can. We're going to start very simple. Feel perhaps even just the bottom of your shoulder blades against the chair. Make sure you're not arching your back. Stay against the chair. So hips are touching, rib cage is still touching. Sit up nice and tall, relax your shoulders and try and rotate. So where my hands are, try and turn where the shoulder blades are. And the stricter you are, the harder it will be. So we're starting fairly precise here. So you want to make sure your shoulders are level. It helps to do that. Put your hands on them. I want you to make sure that you are still pushing and sitting very much in both sitting bones. Now if you want to, you can extend the arms. So think about, if you're still moving through the spine, don't let your hands take over. Think about the movement through the spine, between the shoulder blades, still keeping the weight level in the hips, keeping that chest, or rather the heart lifted. When we think of chest, we tend to think of all of this area, just the very top, keeping it lifted. If you want to, you can do little rotations at the end, just warming up some of those tighter bits. mindful of where you're actually moving. You can change arm position. Just keep your shoulders relaxed, the weight level, and think about where you're rotating. Move as many vertebrae as you can, as high up as you can. Lovely. We're going to do some forward bend work using the chair to help us. It's very important when you do this that you think of it still as a whole body movement, despite the fact that we are seated. So I don't want you to try and bring yourself forward and lift yourself using just your upper body. The rest of the body is still there, we've just got a little bit of help. So we're going to tighten through our core, sit heavy into the sitting bones, but sit tall. We're going to fold at the hips. So you're folding forwards, keeping nice and strong through the core. When you sit up, as I said, you're not trying to lift from the top. What you're actually trying to do is use the muscles here to shorten and pull your upper body back. So from here, push it to your feet, squeeze your bottom, and think of your bottom and the back of your legs pulling you up. So you've got working through your back, into your glutes, and into the back of the thigh. You can leave your hands where they are. If you prefer, you could cross your arms, but they might get in the way as you come down, or you could extend, but don't extend until you are used to the movement, until you feel that you are using all those areas I mentioned to pull yourself back up. A good way to strengthen through the back. Using the core. So you could add the arms, but first, if you find that easy, I would say take the chair away a little bit. So you have less help. Just balancing on the edge of the chair. You can take it as far away as you wish. If you can, lift the arms, drop the shoulder blades, drop the rib cage, push into the sitting bones. Tip forward. And pull through the back and glutes. Push into the feet. Lengthen through the body. We're not collapsing, it's not a forward roll. It's a hinge at the hips. Try 2 more. Now this one we're going to hold about halfway. Push into your sitting bones, lengthen through your core, drop your shoulder blades down your back. Tuck your chin in and use those muscles to hold you there. Core, back, a little bit of glutes going down your legs and pull up. Lovely, good work. From there, we're going to take one leg into kind of like a hamstring stretch position. You're just sliding that away. You're going to do your same forward bend. Again with the arms long if you can. And then we're going to bring the arms out to the side. From here, we're going to rotate through the body and come down near that straight leg. Turning to look up at the ceiling. you can, as I said, to keep those hips level. So we don't want to lift the hips, we want to push into the hip and rotate through the spine. Hold it there for a few breaths. Try to drop your shoulders down your back. Try to lengthen through your core. When you're ready to come back, rotate round and lift up. Remembering where you're working from. In case you try that on the other side. So we start by just coming into the hamstring stretch. If you want to, you can get the hamstrings ready. So it might be that that's quite a stretch for you. So you could practice, or you could go into a hamstring stretch and literally just stay there so you're preparing for the movement a little bit. So if you're stretching, allow time for that stretch to take effect. Remember, we came down by that leg. We tried to push into the sitting bones, dropped the shoulders. Pushing into both sitting bones. Use push into the bent leg if that helps you. And you come out. Remember, you rotate. Remember where you're working from to lift yourself up. Lovely. Bring that leg in. So we're still going to use the chair. We're going to take the feet wide. We're going to bring them in. So don't just take them wide so there's all your weight's in the chair. Bring them in, place them on the floor and start to push into the feet. Get them into a position where you feel like you could lift up, even if it wasn't all the way. Your hands are on the chair to help you. Engage the muscles in your legs by pushing into your feet and push down into the floor. See if you can lift up. I'm going to move my chair so it's easier for you to see. From here, you're going to push your knees out and drop down so your hands are on the chair. And then you're going to push with your feet to come up. You want to get your feet as wide as comfortable. You see my feet have turned out a little bit. I want you to tuck your bottom under and push your knees out. So then almost as a chair, we're putting our hands there. That helps us. Get as close as you can. You don't need to do that. You don't have to do that. Take the hands to the heart. See if you can rest here. You can just perch a tiny little bit of weight on that chair if you need to. And see if you can do a little bit of a hold, pushing up. Tucking that bottom right under, pushing the knees wide. Trying to roll the thighs backwards. Good. Last time. Tuck that bottom under. And rest down. See if you can sit down this time and bring the legs in. Okay. So we're going to come onto the floor. You can bring your cushion for your knee, just to take the pressure off a little bit. Again, take the legs wide. This time we're going to turn. So we're going to turn to our right, dropping that that knee down. So you've got the chair next to you still for balance. From there, sinking forward. So we're trying to open into the back here. If you can, draw one arm up. If you can, draw two arms up. See if you can come back and straighten the front leg. From there, sink down into the front leg. Straighten. So a couple of breaths here. Pushing into the front leg. Couple of breaths here. Try to tuck your bottom under, drop your shoulders, lengthen up towards the ceiling. We're going to do that on the other side. So let's come back onto that chair, or see if you can just change leg position on the floor. So remember, we were sinking forward. One arm up or two arms up. Coming back, straightening the front leg. Really reach for the sky. And then back onto your chair.